Hey, what's up everyone? This is Steven Gonzalez. Welcome back to another cooking edition of Cooking Made Simple from our Get Your Grub On series. Today, we're gonna make steak. Now, steaks are king. Year-round, we're making steaks, whether it's cold outside, hot outside, we're still making some really good steaks. So we're gonna jump right into it really quick. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get a quick, awesome little seasoning. Some of my favorites, salt and pepper. However, today, we're doing a quick variation on that. Right here, we've got some salt, some pepper, a little bit of some onion and garlic powder because I love the way it complements the steak. Today, we've got an awesome prime ribeye. You could do sirloin, you could do tenderloin, whatever cut of beef makes you happy. Today, like I said, we just got a nice little ribeye. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna season this bad boy up. All you're gonna do, get your hand up a little bit higher, and you're just gonna season from the top. The reason being is because if you season too low, you're just kind of getting concentrated pieces of your steak versus getting it all over. So, now we got that going. We're going to season both sides because you got to season both sides. You do not want a bland piece of meat on one side and a seasoned piece of meat on the other. It just doesn't work that way. So here we go. All right, so we are preheating our pan. I like to do mine over about a medium heat. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a little bit of some grapeseed oil. Now I love grapeseed oil because it just burns off at a higher temperature. It's also a little bit cleaner in my opinion, so it all depends on what you like. Use olive oil, use avocado oil, whatever you want. So we're going to get a little bit of some oil into this pan, probably about a tablespoon or so. The most important thing to remember when you're doing your steak, when you're getting your tongs, you want to shake them around just a little bit because you got to, you know? So after you're done doing that, you're going to want to get your steak. And another important tip, when you're putting your steak in your pan, put it away from you. The reason being is because all the oil is going that way. Now what I like to do is I like to do 3 minutes per side until it gets a total of 6 minutes per side. The reason for that is because it gets an even cooking on both sides. Not to mention, you know, you get a lovely mid-rare out of it. Now, if you like it a little bit more on the well-done side, give it about, 8-9 minutes per side, but flipping every few minutes because, again, you want that even cook. So, there we go. All right, so now our timer just went off. We've got about 3 minutes on this side. We're gonna flip it over. The same rule applies. You want to lie it away from you, so again, it doesn't splash towards you. But look at that beautiful sear that we have on our steak. So, next, again, we're going to lie it away from us, and we're just going to set our timer for another 3 minutes. So here we go. All right, so now our steak's been cooking 6 minutes per side. Every 3 minutes, we flipped it over. As you could see, this is what we have now. So we want to let our steak rest for a good 5 minutes, so that way all the juices can go all back into the steak. If you cut into it too soon, all the juices are just going to come out. Then you're going to be left with kind of a drier steak. And even though you're going with a higher quality, it's still going to be kind of dry. We don't want that. So while that's going, we have a little bit of some flavor in the bottom of our pan. What I like to do is I'm going to get a little bit of some fresh rosemary. Now you could go with fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, fresh herbs are always a good way to go. If we were going to make a pan sauce out of this, that's when you would throw some red wine in to get everything off. But for today's video, we're just going to let some flavor go in there. Now we got our rosemary. We're going to get a knob of butter and just kind of let that all melt down together. So the flavor of the rosemary is going to complement the butter. The flavor in the bottom of the pan, the beef, is going to get mixed in with the butter, the rosemary. So now you're going to have a really good little extra flavor to go on top of your steak. So now that the butter's all melted, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to let that kind of go for a sec. We're going to turn off our heat. You could have it on a really low heat too, doesn't really matter. And now you have a nice fried piece of fresh rosemary. You can put that right there, and we're just going to let all that flavor get into our steak all over our cutting board. All right, so our steak is now rested for about 5 minutes. What we're gonna do now is finally cut into it. The moment has come, everyone. So we got our awesome flavored with our rosemary. We're gonna cut into that bad boy. So as you can see, we overcooked it just a little bit, but you know what? It doesn't mean anything to me because it's all about how it tastes. So with that being said, that's good. The salt, the garlic, the onion powder, that rosemary, oh, all that together, fantastic. I hope that you all learned something today. Make sure that you go check out chefstevengonzalez.com. Make sure you get a copy of Get Your Grub On. Go to Amazon. Fantastic. Oh, still kind of, this came out really, really good. So thank you all very much. Don't forget to click like, subscribe, tell all your friends. Help me spread the good food word. Yeah, there you go.